Hello, my name is Reiko Osoroshi. On this channel, I narrate Japanese ghost stories. Today, I will narrate Ghost Story The Mentor Series Part 4, The Mentor and Rice Harvesting. The previous story and Part 1's URL are provided in the description box, so please take a look. The Mentor and Rice Harvesting. This is a story from the fall of my second year. My family runs a farm, a rice farm to be precise. For rice farmers, autumn is the harvest season. And reluctantly, as the eldest son, I was busy with the harvest amidst my demanding studies. Then, I received a message from my senior. I have something to show you, so come over. I hesitated. It was probably something interesting, I thought. However, I was in the middle of rice harvesting right now. It was undoubtedly mind-numbing work, but I couldn't just drop everything. After some contemplation, I replied, currently busy with rice harvesting, so another day. Unlike idle college students, I was swamped with work. I put away my phone and resumed loading rice bags onto the pickup truck. After a while, I noticed a familiar figure walking along the country road on the other side of the rice field. He wore a straw hat, had a towel around his neck, and sported rubber boots, the quintessential farming look. Except, he didn't quite fit the part. Somehow, my senior had an ear-to-ear grin on his face. Hey there. I asked a local lady for directions. I've come to help. I wish he hadn't. Well, it's not like I disliked my senior. In fact, I respected him. However, he was completely out of place here, and he'd probably say something of poor quality as usual. You're not up to something, are you? I decided to confirm with him. Don't assume too much. I've just never seen rice harvesting before. I was curious, he replied. Come to think of it, that might be the case. My senior apparently lived in a city until middle school. I never heard stories about his family owning a farm, so it was likely sheer curiosity that brought him here. Interesting? Not really. Back in the day, maybe, but now we use rice harvesting machines, so there's no charm left. My senior looked surprised. Don't you use sickles? I was surprised this time. Sickles? We don't use those anymore. But your grandpa was using one, right? That's for the parts where the machine can't reach, like corners and near the entrance. My senior murmured with solemnity, I didn't know. After that, my senior put his unusual amount of stamina and strength to work and helped me out. Just so you know, each rice bag weighed around 40 kilograms, and it seemed like it was at the limit for my senior. Here are some snippets of my senior's comments and my responses. I might buy a rice paddy. Response: buying and selling rice paddies can only be done by the head of the farming family, who has been officially registered, typically the eldest son or the father. Hey, there are clams here. Are you drawing water from the river? Response: those are giant river snails. They're pests. It's not a river, it's a pond. If Yoko is heavier than this, I won't be able to carry her. Response: I don't know. By the way, Yoko is my senior's favorite lady, and he's fervently pursuing her. She's quite a mysterious person herself, but her story will have to wait for another time. Well, there were moments of wry smiles, but it was still easier with two of us working. However, at one point, my senior's gaze stopped at a certain spot. He was staring intently at the area where we were about to harvest, just ahead of the rice harvesting machine. I had a bad feeling about this. Is there something there? Unfortunately, I couldn't see it. My senior nodded, looking somewhat embarrassed. I told you I had something to show you, right? Well, I've actually brought it with me, and it seems like the one who used to be attached to it is here too. While explaining, the rice harvesting machine continued forward, approaching the area where his gaze was fixed. Oh. Something seemed to be happening, but I still couldn't see anything. What is it? What's going on? When I questioned him, he casually laughed it off. Well, even if they mix together, it should be fine. It's not that strong anyway. I didn't press for more information. I just didn't want my freshly harvested rice to go to waste. While I was feeling uneasy, my senior seemed ecstatic about the pickup truck he rode home in. He was very excited. He even asked if I could give him a ride back, but I thought, no way. On a later date, after the rice drying and husking had been completed, I offered a bag of rice as a thank you gift to my senior for helping me. In response, my senior casually declined, saying, I don't have the courage to eat rice mixed with that. I decided to tell Yoko about it on the same day, but as for what happened afterward, I have no idea. How was it? What might have been mixed in with the harvested rice? Perhaps without even realizing it, you might be ingesting something spiritual. However, regardless, the fact that we are always receiving life remains unchanged. So, it might be better to enjoy our meals without worry and never forget to be grateful. If you have any other stories you would like me to introduce or any questions about the stories, please leave a comment. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and stay tuned for the next episode.